Is an adventure or campaign that was published between 1985 and 1986 still relevant today? Well, that is what Free Leagues hopes with Path of Glory, a massive campaign for Dragonbane after it was funded a little while ago very, very successfully. However, is this going to be worth the amount of money that you have to pay to get your hands on it? Welcome to the GMS Magazine RPG Unbooking videos. There is one thing I have to say for transparency reasons, and is that this is our second take, and I just literally unsealed this book about 5 minutes ago before we realized that one of the cameras was not recording. Naughty camera. So I can no longer tell you that I have no idea what's inside this book, but I can tell you what I have already found and why I'm actually liking it. But first, let me analyze once again the cover and the back of this book. The cover is an absolutely beautiful illustration by Mr. Egerkrans, who is just so skilled at capturing both the atmosphere and the attitude of the characters within the games. This Minotaur in the forefront is actually daring us, getting into the book, is challenging us to go and confront them, and is telling us that it's ready for a fight that we are very unlikely to win, among other things, because behind there is this kind of more nonchalant kind of Minotaur who looks like he's seen it all. He knows that they're going to win, and is looking at this other one like saying, God, you always have to be so aggressive at everything, whilst still having that vibe that tells us that he is more than capable and ready to get into battle and make an absolutely mess of us if we mess with them. So beautiful cover, really like it, very atmospheric, love the palette, and the idiosyncrasy of the characters is just absolutely gorgeous. If we go to the back, we can see exactly what we're going to be finding, what is this adventure all about. We get a little glimpse of what it is, and also this illustration about the glimpse of the kind of land that we're going to find throughout this book. So both back and front do a great job. Inside, the first thing we see is this beautiful looking map, even though I have to say the color palette feels a bit weird to me. These purplish shades, they're strange, but nevertheless incredibly attractive. This is a very bizarre land with little islands of forests which are haphazardly distributed throughout, well, everywhere, and it's like, what's in here? I immediately want to figure out what is going on where among this myriad little details that are absolutely gorgeous. The layout is the same as we would find in the core rulebook of Dragonbane. I will say the same thing that I said when I took a look and reviewed the book, and is that I wish the separation between paragraphs was a tiny little bit bigger, because that would make it easier and more accessible to read for people like me with dyslexia, who see these things and kind of remembering and going back to where we were, it can be a little bit difficult at times. It's not a deal breaker, you know. Non-dyslexics are going to have absolutely zero issues. The font is big enough, is separated enough, it's easy enough to read. It's just a tiny little thing that I usually remark on. The illustrations inside also very, very thematic. I like that they name the characters like this. The cough here, maybe it's pronounced Drakar, I don't know. I prefer the cough, but then that's just me. You call it whatever you like. And then this weird looking strange dragon creature, Karlak Sortal. Soltar, which looks very, very good indeed. I am going to go through the book very quickly because I don't want to spoil anything, and I just want to take a quick look at other illustrations and the rest of the layout, and if possible even finding one of the maps like this one, which is very clear with a style that befits very well the rest of the game and with a color palette that fits the art direction beautifully and perfectly, which is excellent. Some illustrations have been reused. This is from the bestiary, which I think it makes perfect sense. There we go. I'm not going to show you any more of this because I don't want to spoil it, but I will show you what's behind the book. And it is, my friends, this gorgeous looking, very thick paper for this map. Very, very nice indeed. Oh, and by the way, Free League, thank you for putting here the scale, because so many times we see a map and we have no clue how big is this area. Now I know that this chunk is about 15 kilometers. That gives me an idea as to how long it will take to travel from one place to another, how likely it is that some of the tribes around here will have met each other, and how easy it would be to send the message from one place to another, among many other things that this kind of little thing, little detail but very crucial, tells us. On the other side we get the custom lands. I don't know what they are, but I want to know what's in there because that looks terrific, really terrific. So, keeping in mind that this is an adventure that came out 30 years ago. Ouch. I just hurt my soul a little bit because I was about to start playing role-playing games 30 years ago. My God, I feel so old. And here it is again, reimagined and repurposed for the latest edition of Dragonbane. I really like it. Adventures of the time used to be raw, used to be daring and rather brutal at the time because we didn't have any bounds or experience when making adventures in the 80s. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what this story is going to take us. But in the meantime, yeah, I think this definitely deserves a massive chance. If you have already played it, I would love you to tell me what you think, and fear not for the spoilers because I'm likely to read this back to back. Until the next time, thank you very much indeed for being with me today, and I will talk to you very soon. Take care.